There we go. Let me close Facebook. All right, welcome to Simple Nutrition System Week 2. So let's keep it simple, right? And look at the next steps and overcoming common obstacles. I'm also going to give you a cheat sheet on how to. Let me check something. All right, so if you can see main screen, there we go. Carol, can you see me switching slides? Please write yes, I can see you switching slides. If you can see me switching slides. I think I have it correct. Please say yes slides if you see slides, and no slides if you see no slides, because yes and no is just a little confusing. You cannot see the slides. Son of a bee sting. Okay, we'll just do this. Can everyone now see my screen with me switching slides? Please say yes, I can see switching slides, or no, I cannot see switching slides. Whoop. I'm going crazy with these slides. I'm switching them. Oh, wait, there we go. Got it, right? What about now? Hey, Alicia. All right, cool, awesome. We'll just, I still think there's a better way to do this, but we're just gonna, that may not be the best idea. Let's try this. All right. Cool, so welcome to Simple Nutrition System Week number 2. And I still don't know how to run webinars, but I'm learning. And thank you for joining me. What we're gonna do now is cover the next steps and overcoming obstacles that you're going to commonly face between yourself, your friends, your peers, and how strategies for being successful with that, okay? So the question we need to first ask yourselves is, did you follow your action steps? Did you define a goal and purpose, the why, right? And with that, the congruent affirmations and or benefits of how it will positively impact your life. Let's just say someone wants to advance their career to make more money versus someone that wants to progress in their career and earn a higher salary so they can give their children a better quality of life. Who's going to be more driven, person 1 or person 2? That's the type of intrinsic motivation you need to create for yourselves, and that you have it because you want to lose weight, you want to be healthier, you want to feel better, but you keep forgetting why, the purpose, okay? So this is why it's the very first step. It's not some nutrition trick. It's not a superfood. It's a very simple starting point, right? So I gave you a prime example of mine, and I'm living and breathing that, and I expect you to do the same. So next, your meals and recipes selected, your shop and prep dates and times, when you're going to do what. That's going to get it done a lot faster than you might do it, or it might happen. Starting photos, if you do not take photos already with us at the gym, it's measurement week, by the way. And planning out 10 to 20 minutes of self-time, best done in the morning. All right. Oh, and at the bottom, see this? Share photos from your actions. So throughout the week, I want to see you posting pictures at the gym doing your workouts. I want to see you posting pictures cooking your meals. I want to see you posting pictures having them prepped in advance, because it's really just a simple habit. It's nothing complicated. The difference between what I'm teaching you now and what any complex diet or nutrition book does is we just want you to do stuff. That is our goal. We want you to cut through the bullshit and just get the things done that you know you need to do. Okay? There's nothing complicated about this. I'm giving you all the meals and the resources you need. But the theme, keep it simple. Everything about this must be simple, or else it will not work. What we're going to focus on this week. Here's our lesson for this week. We're going to review practicing and executing habits. So everything we focused on last week. We are going to shop and prep. We're going to get crap out of the diet. We're going to create time for ourselves to manage stress, our mindset, our goals, our why. Also, we're going to be looking at overcoming common challenges, a simple meal building process that I use when I'm out to eat, with friends and family at restaurants or on the go, and also week 2 action steps. Here's the take home. Do you think we need more information? Yes or no? The answer is no. We do not need more. I'm going to give you great recipes. I'm going to tell you why we're doing what. But at the end of the day, we don't need more information. That does not serve you. Okay? So, habit number 1, planning your meals. How many primary protein meals do you need? So, you are in the first week. You should already be gauging an idea of time investment, cost of food, right? You're learning what is working for you. I'm giving you the overall guideline on how to the thought process behind this approach, but at the end of the day, what works specifically for me may not work specifically for you. The point is, you want to have the framework. You want to be prepping your meals, right? You may prep on a different day. You may prep in a smaller quantity. You may be prepping for more people. That's okay. The principle needs to remain the same. So you still need your primary protein dishes. How many primary protein dishes do you need? Sometimes I find, depending on what the primary protein dish is, if I already have, a lunch date or a dinner date 1 or 2 days a week, that's going to throw off the need for me to have as much of a quantity. So it's a learning process. We're always learning through this, okay? We may over prep our food and waste a little bit, okay? That's okay. We learn. Or we may under prep and find ourselves kind of screwed and stressed out and run out of time. That's not where you want to be either. So you'll find your happy place. You'll find what works for you. How many starches do you need? I tend to over prep starches. Like I just cook a ton of brown rice, and then I'll usually test a crazy recipe like I'll be posting this week. Something very interesting I'll share with you, lentil based. Okay, how many vegetable dishes do you need? I find that I often need more vegetables than I realize, because you can be the most liberal with the amount of vegetables you're having versus any other food, because the amount of calories is going to be so low in comparison to your fatty stuff or even your dense protein dishes. Also, did you scale your meal properly? Did you overcompensate? Did you undercompensate with how much you need if you want to make it last 3 or 4 days? End of the day, like I said, these answers best. Become aware and reflect on if and when you wasted food, how you could avoid it, or plan to have enough if you came up short for the week. Okay. So your shopping prep time. Here's what I recommend if you struggled. Did you go during off-peak hours? This is what I do, 7 a.m., noon, or 7 p.m. You will not find a better time to sometimes get the freshest produce, but also get the shortest lines and the least stress. You can actually take your time in Wegmans versus being rushed through. You have a backup date in time. Do you know when you're going to go if things do not pan out for the time? All right. Did you really pick days and times where you stop all excuses? Or did you find yourself saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to go on Sunday, and then Sunday, 6 o'clock rolls around, you say, oh, I'm too tired. It's not going to happen now. Clearly, Sunday did not work best, or was it you that did not work best for Sunday? Okay, you need to find what works for you. There's a solution in there somewhere. Remember, this is where it all starts. You will fail if you do not prepare. This is why it's the second thing we focus. We focus first on our purpose, why we're doing it, and then just preparing. We're not talking how much fat, carbs, protein. We're talking about being prepared in advance. We know that we do this in other areas of our lives. Why not with our food? Habit number 2, clean it up. Get the crap out of your diet. This means sugar substitutes, all right? Processed foods, flour-based products. Anything you can't pronounce on your labels is a great place to start. Alcohol, here's the biggest hang up that we usually find. If it's not sugar, it's alcohol. All right? Now, alcohol will only hinder your progress. Can you get away with it? Yes. But don't be pissed. And don't be pissed at me, especially if you find yourself 3-6 weeks later and you're not making any progress, but you know you're making concessions with yourself, you're being dishonest with yourself, and you're having a couple glasses of wine, and then on top of that those couple glasses of wine, then you have dessert, or you eat some other crap. If you're serious about this, make it a commitment. Don't just make it a hobby, right? Losing body fat on a continual basis takes work. It is not the hardest thing in the world, but it is simple, just like this process. Don't make it complicated by having a ton of alcohol, all right? If you worked your butt off and then you hiked for 3 hours, yeah, enjoy a couple beers, and it's probably not going to help you. It definitely won't, but it may not hurt you. You can still lose body fat. Does that make sense? So it's all relative to the context. Food you do want: chicken, fish, pork, beef, eggs, nuts and seeds. Fruit, I recommend 1 to 2 servings per day. Vegetables, healthy fats, typically coming from avocado, coconut, olive based, and spices for flavor. Legumes belong in here too. I did not put them. I apologize. So habit number 3, creating self-time. Have you done this? Okay. Now, what I recommend you do is you make 10 to 20 minutes for yourself first thing in the morning before the world gets in your way, and visualize on what you want it to look like, whatever it is. Better health, better relationships, better self-image, better shape to your body, better tone, better strength, better energy. What do you want? Picture it. Starts in your mind. The decision starts in your mind. So why do you want it? Once you have it, let's say you imagine yourself looking better, looking 20 pounds sexier and lighter. What is that going to do for you? Are you going to be able to have more confidence to go out and find a partner? Are you going to be able to, maybe you speak for a living, or you present? Are you going to be more confident stepping on the stage? That's what losing weight, that's what fitness does for us. It's not about the damn scale weight. It's the magic that it creates, okay? So Kate just popped in a question. We'll save most of the questions for them, but she brings up a great question. Kate asks, actually, let's save that for then. Sorry, Kate. Sorry. All right. So how do you want your day to go? What is it that you want? How is it going to impact you? And then what do you want your day to look like? Right? That is a form of meditation, and it should be done in silence. You would be amazed at how hard it is to sit there in silence and not let our mind just go chatter crazy, right? Would you agree? Okay? Try it. I can promise this will change your life, as not if, but as you make it a habit. All right, there's a great time to review your goals. This can be done during your meditation process. This is how I spend my time meditating and visualizing. Or you can do it right after, once your mind is calm. What's your purpose behind it? What are your congruent affirmations? That's why I had you write all this down. And also give yourself a little time to journal, reflect. It's all about creating awareness and taking action. Let's see. So visualization. This can be looked at as separate from meditation if you'd like. Sit in silence for 2 to 3 minutes and observe your thoughts and appreciate the silence. I would love to challenge every person that's on this call with me to give themselves 5 minutes where you just sit in silence, upright in a chair where you won't fall asleep, and just relax and calm your mind. You would be amazed at how much stopping and slowing down actually puts us forward and makes us feel better. So what are you saying to yourself? What are the messages we're telling ourselves? Okay? Are we saying positive or negative things? Are we beating ourselves up? This is where it all starts. This transcends down into our actions, our choices, our moods, our relationships, everything. But it all starts with how we manage our mindset and also health and fitness. Okay? If you are physically inactive and eating shit, I could tell you that this is going to be a heck of a lot harder. If you're doing all those things right, which most of you listening are already and will be because of this program, then it's just up to you to manage the quality of your thoughts. All right. So visualize what you want your goal to look like. How does it feel? How else can you describe it? So some great resources. Use guided meditations from YouTube. Okay, there's a ton of them that works too, and just calming your mind. There's a cool app called Calm. It's like $6. It's totally cool. All right. And it's a great resource if you need the support. Sometimes I do. All right. I use a couple different videos and stuff to guide me. And last but not least, I personally invested in a transcendental meditation course. It's not cheap at all, but it sparked my habit and my appreciation for meditation. And I have not been fully consistent with it for the past year, but probably 80% of this year I've used it to manage my state, and it's been life changing. Common challenges. Number one, challenge of friends and family. So the real challenge is around our thinking towards the situation. So your fears and thoughts are typically around A, you don't want to be that guy or that girl that isn't drinking or eating crap just like everyone else. B, you're missing out on an awesome time. Fear of loss, right? Or C, you feel awkward, like you can't fit in, you can't have a good time. Okay? Are any if all of those true at all? And if you need to be drunk to have a good time, is that really how you want to be spending your time? If someone, here's the best part. So I used to always, in my mind, I still am a people pleaser, but I would always feel the need to basically not let others down. Okay. So if my friends were drinking, I wanted to be drinking too, just because I didn't want to feel left out. And also, I didn't want to let them down when they're like, hey, have a beer. Come on. We've all been there. Right. But, that's a choice we have to make for ourselves. Is it really worth it? Sometimes it may be. If it's your brother-in-law and it's a wedding, okay, so what? If you want to take that day and just go crazy, do it. But look, if it's a Friday night and you're sitting at home, your friend comes over, they want to smash a couple beers or have a whole bottle of wine to each other, is that really going to serve you or them? Okay? If someone judges you or gives you shit because you don't want to drink or eat unhealthy, is that their own projection, or is there something truly wrong with you? I find usually it's someone not wanting to feel, maybe they want to eat healthy, but they don't have the courage or the support to do so. So they want to take you down with them. You see how that works? That's very common. Challenge number 2, tips with friends and family. So what I recommend, when I was doing my bodybuilding competition, I did not cheat. I did not cheat for 12 weeks. So what I did, I shared my story, why I was doing what I was doing. I opened up. People loved it. Okay, they supported me. No one pressured me to eat crap. No one pressured me to drink. I opened up. I shared what I was doing and why I was doing it. All right. Second thing, control your environment. We're talking about the Super Bowl. Bring your own food. Who did that? Who on this call did that? I did. It helped a lot. But eat before you go, so you're full and you don't need food. And select and or suggest 2 to 3 restaurant options. I get this all the time. Oh, John, we're going out together to eat. Okay, well, take control of the damn situation and tell everyone where you want to go. If you're going to settle for Uno's Pizzeria, do you really think you're going to be in the state or position to be eating healthy? Probably not. So don't do it. It's dumb. It's stupid. Okay? Be proactive. People like being told what to do. Make the decision for them. If they have a fit, that's their problem. Okay? And here's a little tip. I've told you this before. Hydrate like crazy. Okay? Biggest tip when it comes down to the mindset, physical, kind of mental connection with this. When I'm more centered through exercise, quality foods, and meditation, right? So, excuse me. If I'm going out at 9 o'clock at night, and let's say I work out at maybe 6 o'clock, really hard, have a great workout, bust my ass, and then come home, have a quality meal, I'm less likely to settle for sugary alcohol drinks and crap when I go out. Or if I'm going out to dinner, I skip that meal before. I'm going to make better choices because I value myself more, because I just invested time, effort, and energy into becoming happier and healthier, right? So the best thing you can do is not go into a state of stress into social situations where you're going to bend and fold. Manage your state leading in and you'll be in control of you and yourself more. Okay. Challenge number 2: hectic schedule and commitments. There really is only one solution to this. It's the whole theme of this: plan, prepare, and execute. This removes your excuses because you will make it fit into your schedule. Okay? There are people with schedules harder than every single person on this call. More complicated, more people demanding on them, more shit they have to deal with. Fuller plates, less advantages. Okay? And they're making it work. So what's our excuse? We don't have one. There are no excuses. Okay? Take full responsibility for everything. This is a beautiful thing of having a mentor or coach, being in a community like ours, is that I will call you out. If you tell me, oh, this is the reason why, no, usually that's bullshit. If you want something bad enough, you'll make time for it. You'll make it a priority, right? I think we can all agree on that. So, there are no excuses when it comes to schedule. Here's 2 things that I find, okay, very common: either overeat or undereat. Either we're eating too much too often, or we are not hungry enough. So, what do we do if we're overeating? Set an eating window. This works well. I start eating at X time. I am done eating at X time. So there's no grazing, there's no late night snacking, there's no binging, okay? Second, this is going to be our lesson tonight. Build your plate with proteins, then add vegetables, and starches last if there's any room, okay? On the flip side, someone that doesn't eat enough. This is not me. I overeat, all right? Eating less meals, bigger portions. So, I can barely stomach 2 meals a day. How can I eat 3? Have maybe not monster portions, but significantly larger portions so you still get your calories in. Undereating is just as bad as overeating sometimes. So, what I want to leave you with: must master the inner voice, right? The thoughts, the things we say to ourselves. So this starts with sleep, quality nutrition, and remaining centered through exercise and meditation, which puts you in control. Okay? Practice positive thoughts. Are you speaking positively or negatively to yourself? What are you saying to yourself? And why are you saying it? Dig deep. So here is the simple lesson of the week. How do we build our meals? Here's what I recommend. If you are at home, if you are at a Super Bowl party, if you are at a restaurant, if you are at a family friend's house or whoever, wherever, if you're at Chipotle, if you are at a fast food restaurant, that will get crazy, okay? First and foremost, pick a protein. I've given you tons of examples. Excuse me, dry throat. Start with your protein, 4 to 6 ounces. That is a large palm size. That is my palm, wide open almost, okay? Then, stack on 2 to 3 cups worth of vegetables. Then, add your starch or carbs, okay? Potatoes in this example, brown rice, quinoa, lots of different options there, legumes, all right? And also, keep in mind your whole day. So this is your last meal, and you've had brown rice and potatoes with every meal that maybe, kind of match this quality and balance leading up to it in the day. Last meal, you probably don't need those extra carbs if you're trying to lose fat. So I'd probably go extra veggies, or, as you can see, when you have a non-starch meal, feel free to add an avocado or other healthy fats, right? So I'll toss, like tonight, I had a quick meal, came home. It was my last meal of the day. I had to get back to the gym. So I had scrambled up 8 eggs, had tossed half an avocado on there, and I also had a really good veggie dish that I had prepped already. And that was such a filling meal. That was 3 hours ago. I feel great right now, okay? So it will serve you best if you get most of your carbs from veggies. That's why I make that recommendation. Taper off the starches later into the evening. So that is it. Okay, how simple is that? 3 steps. Your assignment for week 2. Post week number 1's assignment if you haven't. You can go back to this. Your why, congruent affirmations. Okay, what your plan is. Your meals. When you're going to do it. Right? Pictures if you haven't already. Okay? Post, and as we're going on, the whole purpose of this is to support each other, right? And this happens when we open up. So open up about struggles and frustrations or wins. But if you want to really propel yourself forward, the more you put yourself out there, and by out there I mean into a private group where only we can see it, the more compelling it's going to be to stay committed. Okay, the more you open up, others will open up around you. We'll create more energy. We'll create more drive. We'll create more focus, more support. Okay, I think when I pushed each and every one of you to put your purpose out there, you found a lot of you had a lot more in common than you realized, right? I know Jen tonight said, I need to connect with someone at this gym right now. And she looked at her, and I believe she went over and chatted with her. And they did that. They made that initial connection because they have a similar story personally. But it's cool because you can relate to that person. When you have someone you can relate to, it gets a heck of a lot easier to do it, right? So, post. I want people checking in after you have worked out. I want people checking in after you have given yourself that self-time. Take a damn selfie. Take a picture of your notebook. Just write a post. The more we put into this, the more we'll get out of it. Does that make sense for everyone? I think that is it. So, questions now, as that concludes week 2. Simple assignment. This whole thing is simple, okay? I'll be expecting to see a lot of activity, a lot of action, okay? So, first question is from Kate. I'm having a really hard time with fruit. I just don't really like sweet things. Any suggestions? Yes. So you do not need fruit in your diet. What's interesting is that it is an option, but at the end of the day, it's definitely higher in sugar content than vegetables. So stick to your vegetables, okay? That is going to be your best source of low calorie, low sugar, carbohydrate sources. If you want to get your starches, that would be your next best source of carbohydrates. So that would be sweet potato, brown rice, regular potatoes, a lot of options there, okay? Healthy sweeteners. Why do we need sweeteners? Start with the question, okay? Why do we need sweeteners? Why must it taste sweet? If it's because we have a sugar addiction, that's a problem. You will want to go cold turkey, okay? Flavor it. Don't sweeten it. Flavor it. Use spices and fats for your foods, okay? That is it. That is the simplest thing. Sugar will not serve you. It's like alcohol. Look at it the same way, okay? Does that help, Carol? This would be for tea. Because you like it. Okay. Honey would probably be your best bet. But, don't forget that sugar is sugar at the end of the day. That's the way I look at it. Kate, you were thinking tomatoes. Not sure could you tell me a little bit more about that, Kate? I'm also thinking tomatoes. For fruit. Oh, you don't like fruit. I'm having a really hard time with fruit. I just don't really like sweet things. Yeah, you don't need tomatoes. You could totally live without tomatoes as well. Okay. So, if there are any other questions, I expect a lot of activity, ladies. This only works as hard as you work it. Okay. It is a system. You must take action on it. That's it. Simple. So, unless there are any other questions that pop in, I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording off now. I'll post this so you can listen to it, and I will. Yes, of course, Carol, you rock. But ladies, if you're on this, I expect you to post on our main thread all those things from last week. Your why, congruent affirmations, your plan. That's it. Simple. Okay. Have a rocking night, ladies. And any questions, just post in the comment section once I put this video up.